Hey, come on. Calm down. I had a letter this week. Here it is. And, I don't know why people do that, do you? Doesn't help me read. It says, Dear Frank, I'm writing to alert you to the presence of a superstar in your midst. This is genuine facts, this. As everyone knows, Animal from the Muppets is the most famous rock drummer in the world. And Ronnie Verrill, who plays drums in the Skinnerettes, is Animal. Oh, wait, no. Oh, my God. It says, when the Muppet shows were recorded, all of the music was performed by the Jack Parnell Orchestra, and Ronnie was the drummer on all the soundtracks. Hope you can use this in some way. From Andy Charlton. Is this true, Ronnie?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You were Animal?
Yes, I was.
That was fantastic.
Money was, too.
Where was it? Of course, at the same time, Bob, our lead guitarist, was starting his fried chicken empire. Did you read that there was a woman from New York called Evelyn Amato who went to see Cats on Broadway? Not, you know, I mean, the show. Yeah, that'd be a rubbish trip, wouldn't it? Have a look at them cats are. Because they talk like that in Brooklyn. And she went to see Cats, and this bloke, who was like one of the big cats at the show, this bloke who was dressed as a cat, jumped over and started grabbing her and doing pelvic thrusts, and she was very upset. We've got a picture of Evelyn. There she is. Demonstrating what... Good dearie me. Now, you'd think she'd have chased the cats off, wouldn't you? No, and he really upset her, apparently. And, you know, the Spice Girls were in America recently, and they went to the show. And apparently he thrust his pelvis at 4 of them, and then he buried the sporty one. Harsh. Harsh but fair. That's me. Also, there was that thing that some... police station somewhere had an identity parade of stolen rare birds. I don't know if you read that. And they had all these birds, and people went up to see if they could identify them, people claiming to be their owners. Apparently, Michael Jackson claimed a couple of minors. And the sergeant explained they were just there doing a school project. And I can hear that being explained in the distance. And there's some new pants come out this week from the French company Homme. Brought out these new pants, and the idea of these pants is that they don't have the old vertical sort of hole thing. They have a horizontal one instead, and this is supposed to revolutionise fashion. And they said that the new horizontal thing has got quick and natural access. That's what they say. We got a picture of the model in a pair. There he is. Look. Good Lord. I was going to claim that was me, but it's not going to work. Dear me, my genitals are sort of a travel version of that. No, and it said the old style... I don't know if you've ever looked at any pants closely, but the old style apparently offered very poor access for a left-handed man. But not if you stand facing him, I find. Gymnastics, I'll throw it all in, I don't care. I don't think I'd be able to take them seriously, though, with the old horizontal thing. I'd be out looking for a sort of a kangaroo-shaped condom. I could just... Because you could pull it... You could have a lot of fun with them. I mean, I was thinking that they actually offer a lot more comic potential than the vertical slot. So I came up with a few designs which would be fun for all the family. I think this is the first one. Well, it would depend what mood you were in, but sometimes it would work better than others, obviously. And then this one. Which you could create. It wouldn't look much like a horse, but maybe a horse. Maybe a horse box just leaving Sellafield. And here's one for the kids. With Mr. Punch as an Olympic speed cyclist. The hat, you see? Oh, dear. You know, when I was a kid, what I really wanted to be was the bloke who wrote the captions for silent movies. Now, the record win in the National Lottery was in June '95 when two blokes shared a winning ticket and got 11 million quid each. But in that same month in America, one 26-year-old student won 5 times that amount on her own. Ladies and gentlemen, Pam Hyatt. It's not every day I kiss a millionaire, I'll tell you. You all right? Mm-hmm. So, how much did you win exactly on the Idaho State Lottery is what you won, wasn't it?
Yes, $87.4 million.
Dollars?
Dollars. Yeah.
So that's 55 million quid.
Okay.
Right. Don't take my word for that. I could have told you it was 8 quid and gave you change.
I wouldn't have known the difference.
So, that must have been nice. Can I ask you, what do people... You must meet people now who say, oh, you're Pam Hyatt. Mm-hmm. What's the first question that people ask you in the street now?
People always ask me if my life has changed, which I think is kind of a silly question. No,
Yeah.
I work 3 jobs still and,
Yeah.
drive my same old car. No, but...
Well, that does happen in England, you know. It does, doesn't it? Some of the winners of the British lottery, they do things like go back to their job.
I think that depends on the amount they won, though. I mean, there's a difference.
And whether they're stupid.
Yeah.
In England, very often, when you see the person who's won the lottery that week, they tend to be vermin. And I think that's quite a good thing. You don't get many attractive 26-year-old, single people winning like yourself.
Thank you.
Right, it's all right. I'm not after any money. So how did you find out that you'd won?
Well, I stopped off to get some donuts and milk because I was pregnant. I was like,
oh, you were pregnant when you won?
I was pregnant when I won. And so I walked in, and the lady was talking about how somebody had won from that store that had purchased their ticket. So I gave her my ticket to check it, and she said, "Come here." And I came around the counter, and she said, "You won." And then she pushed me on the floor.
She pushed you on the floor?
Yeah.
But you were mobbed before you even got the money.
That's what I thought.
That's America for you.
No, actually, she was concerned because I was so big and pregnant. I was almost 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
So she thought she was afraid that she was going to be delivering the baby, I think, in the store.
Well, I can understand that. You
Yeah.
don't want that on the donuts.
No, it's messy.
In England, they have a thing called the rollover. So if it's not won one week, when it's like 8 million, it goes on to the next
Right.
week, and then it's like 24 million.
Right.
And then a lot of people who don't normally have a go. Because then people that must think 8 million, not worth it. But yours is an incredible amount to win. Now, a lot of people, there must be people here tonight who sat around and think, if I won a lot of money, I'd buy this and I'd buy that. When you did win, what did you? Because people used to say to me, what would you buy? And I said, the two women from Bucks Fizz. It won't mean a lot to you, but they're quite attractive. Not saying they're for sale, but, you know, it was a dream. When you first got the money in your hand, 55 million quid,
Well, you know, we get lump sum payments. We don't get the whole thing. You get big payments, and it after taxes is about 3.1 million. I don't know how many quid that is, so
yeah.
you'll have to do the math.
It's
but-
about 2 million quid, I think. But that's true, isn't it? If you're in the American lottery, you don't get a
No.
big lump sum. You get it,
in 20 years.
yeah.
You know, 20-year increments.
So they pay you so much a year. You get
Yeah.
about 2 million quid a year. But
Right.
you can live on that. So what did
Sometimes.
you get? So you got your first 2 million quid. What did you buy?
I bought a house, and then I bought a car for everybody in my family. Everyone got, not a car for everyone to share, but they're each their own car.
Yeah. There'd have been some moaning
It
about
would've-
that. Pam's bought us a car. Great. Well, I'll have it Tuesdays. Now, what puts me off a car, when you buy a new car, a brand new car, I've never owned a new car myself, but it's that smell, that plasticky smell.
It's because you need a leather car. You need leather interior.
Of course.
There
You've got
go.
leather interior.
Yep.
The way I cope is with one of these. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. This is the Magic Tree. Do you know this?
Yes.
They have them in America.
Yes, they do.
But not like this. This one, what's always disappointing me about them is they're not actually magic. They have no special powers whatsoever, apart from a piney smell.
Peachy smell.
Peachy.
I can smell it from here.
That's peachy, is
That's
it?
peachy.
To me, it's piney, you see. Money changes everything, doesn't it? I was going to try and kid you that this was a magic tree and see if I could get 3 or 4 million for it. But as they have them in America, it wasn't worth it. Now, you were a waitress when you won. And that's 25 were you when you actually won it?
26.
26 when you won. So, you were pregnant. Was there a man on the scene?
No, I did that all by myself.
Did you? Hope you wash your hands after if you're serving sandwiches and the like.
No,
There must have been a man,
yes,
obviously. I knew
yes,
that, Pam.
there was for for a while, but we had quit seeing each other when I was about 2 months pregnant.
Really?
Yes, so I.
I bet he's chuffed, isn't he? Oh dear, did he ever make the biggest mistake in the world?
Well,
Do you still
actually,
see him?
no,
You drive past his house and go, hey! Oh, you must be chuffed now.
Actually, I'm the one who ended the relationship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Well, that's cruel then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, he was a twit.
Yeah.
So
Twit.
he's even
Yeah.
more of a twit.
So being single, and if I may say so without being facetious, attractive, right? I'm not trying to get anything, I'm quite flush myself. Are you hounded by men who... Because you're a very eligible woman now.
Thank you, but no, I don't. And
Well,
I
don't
think,
take it as it's just money, more than anything, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know.
No, don't get me wrong, you are very, you're attractive.
It's the men. You
Look,
know.
you're a cracker, but, but 55 million quid really makes people very attractive indeed.
You know, after I've always been really
Attractive.
kind of a homebody, you know, so I don't really go out very often, and so I don't meet a lot of people, and I still don't.
But you can't lock yourself away, Pam.
But, yeah.
But it is a problem, though, isn't it? Because surely you're gonna date and settle down. You're a young woman, you know. What are you gonna spend your money on?
My son.
Have you bought a big house and a...
No, I have a small house. Actually, it's pretty small. It's a three-bedroom.
Just enough
a
room for the money?
Just stacked up, counted every day. No, just enough room for me and my son, and that's it.
Big holiday or anything?
We've traveled a lot. We've been to Hawaii twice, and the Caribbean once, and to Disney World, and we've been all over. And my whole family travels with me usually when I go. So we all, 15 of us on the plane.
Yeah? It's nice that you've helped your family. I think that's a real good thing because, come to think of it, I don't give my family an halfpenny. Which had never occurred to me before till you came along. Now, I heard, Pam, that one thing you were going to spend your money on is you were thinking about a restaurant with Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. Well, that's a bit exciting. So what happened there then?
Well, we're still working on that. They own a lot of property in Idaho, and they live in a town called Haley. They own Haley, and Bruce has a diner called Shorty's, and I'd walked in looking for my friend Joe, who runs all Bruce's stuff. And I'm standing there at the counter, and I'm talking to the waitress, and Bruce walks up, and he goes, "Pam," I turned around, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Bruce Willis." And I'm like, duh. Like, I wouldn't know Bruce Willis walking up to me.
You met Demi as well?
I met Demi, yeah, and I was talking, I was introduced to her, and she was sitting down, and I had a drink in my hand, and I kneeled down to talk to her and spilled it all over her lap. First time I meet Demi Moore, and I dump a drink in her lap, so she won't forget me.
No. But she's all plastic. She wouldn't have felt a thing.
Actually, she was very nice.
If it had been the chest, you could have put a kettle down there. But it's been really nice to meet you, Pam. Clearly the money hasn't changed you at all. You still seem to me to be a very nice person, and best of luck with the future and with the restaurant and everything else. Pam Hyatt. And now we meet an actress who was making films when things were very different from nowadays.
And there is just one thing more, and I'd best mention it now.
Yes?
I don't care for having jokes made about my name.
Well, of course not.
There's no of course about it. I've had plenty in my time. I'm not exactly jolly in the ordinary way, though mind you, I can enjoy a good laugh in its place as well as the next.
Yes, I'm sure. And I can assure you, Mrs. Gay, that no one here will be allowed to be funny about your name.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dame Thora Hird. Calm down, lads. Calm down. Oh, they've got very excited now. Have you met our band?
Years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Probably. I suppose they'd be like the Spice Girls to you.
Well, yes, that was a bit since, that cut.
It was 1946, I think.
Yes, because we did the play in London in 42 to 44 called No Medals, and then that film was called The Weaker Sex, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
If you want to buy... They've got a new single coming out, by the way, called Stairlift to Heaven.
But I've heard that one.
No, it's great to... it's real great. You know, you're our first ever dame on the show.
Am I?
You are, so we're very excited. And it's an honour, to be honest.
Thank you.
It was terrible about that Titanic, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I swam to the shore, though, you know.
Oh, thank God. So...
Got your socks on, haven't you?
Yes. Yes. I think they look all right, don't you?
Well, I think they look very nice, but when you asked me to come on the show, I thought you were going to ask me to be tattooed. Did you think last week? Oh.
And you would have done as well, for a laugh.
Well, I've got you tattooed up, but I'm not going to undress.
Oh, OK. I can look later, maybe. No, OK. OK. Now, you have been a famous actress since before I can remember. You were just always there. When I was a kid, it used to be Meet the Wife used to be on every week and everything. And there's always been a Thora Hird. Now, when people see you in the street, what do they say to you?
People are marvellous. As a matter of fact, it was very funny because when the weather was lovely, I live in London, and often if we'd been in town to something, my husband and I, God rest him, would go on a boat to Greenwich, a lovely sail, you know. And we went to Greenwich this afternoon, and you know the laughing clowns on the fairground?
Oh, yeah.
And well, we're looking in a shop window, I could hear this laugh, and I thought, well, it's probably a small one for sale. And I thought, now that would be a bit of fun, because I saw one then in the window, and it was pink celluloid and a press button. And I think people thought that in the toilet it was perfume. But you pressed it and it went, whoa, like this, you see. So I thought, I'll get one of those. So I go in the shop.
You could finish off a few of your mates.
Yes. I go in the shop, and there's a very smart lady, just been served, and as she's coming out, she came up to me and she went, "Hello, Beryl." And I said, "Oh, hello. And I beg your pardon, I'm not Beryl." "You are?" she said. And I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "If you mean Beryl Reid, she's a great friend of mine, but God rest her, we've just lost her, you know." And I said, "If you mean Beryl Reid, no, I'm not, but you are." And she said, "You want to remember this, young lady? It is me that give you the living you've got." And she really started at me in the shop, and she said, "So don't start saying you aren't people when you are. I know who you are. You're Beryl Reid, and that's that." And out she goes. And my husband said, "What was that, little lot?" I said, "Oh, I'm Beryl Reid." He said, "Oh, what's it?" Take a notice. So I buy the ha 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 ha. And I'm going outside, and she's on the pavement with three of her friends, equally well dressed. And as I equally well dressed. Ah, yes, but he hasn't had this happen to him because they don't know you as well in the streets as me, do they?
No, no.
Well, it's only because he's not as old as me.
No.
Anyhow, she's on the pavement.
They do sometimes think
as
I'm
I
Beryl
come
Reid.
out. Yes, I know. And she's standing on the pavement, and she came up to me, this is truthful, and she said, "You're not Beryl Reid." And I said, "No." Well, I said, "You didn't deny it." And I said, well, I did, madam, actually. I said, "I'm not." "You did nothing of the sort." She said, "And that's the finish of it," and walked away. I thought, thank God for that. You don't really know what to do you see?
No. See, with me, they just say, "Frank, it's coming home." And I'll go. And that's it, really. That's a song
Well,
I
I think you're funny.
Thank you.
Yes, I do.
Do you really? Because some people think I'm a bit coarse.
Well, a lot of people are a bit coarse, of course, aren't they?
Yes. But that doesn't make me a bad person.
I've been watching you for the last half hour.
Have you?
I reckon there'll be a few cuts there.
Probably. You haven't been sent by the BBC, have you?
No.
I saw a marvellous clip, actually, you being interrupted doing filming. And it was you were stopped by an old lady, and she made a noise that only old ladies ever make. This is you and Russell Harty. Watch this.
What are you doing here?
A bit of filming.
Bit of filming? Oh!
Oh, I love that.
They say it as though it's indecent exposure or something, don't they?
Now, I heard you was in Austria recently.
Oh, Austria.
Oh, right, now we're there.
No, that's only a few months ago. And let me say here and now, please, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing against anybody in the world, whatever they are, Chinese, German, whatever they are. It doesn't matter. But I was in Vienna, and my friend and I, we'd been to the wonderful monastery, I must admit, and there was a gift shop on the way out at the gates. And I have a granddaughter called Daisy. So if I see anything with daisies on a mug or anything, you know what silly grandmothers are. Anyhow, I looked all through this place. It's quite full of people, and it's quite true, is this. I suddenly saw some placemats with some daisies on, and they were horrible. They were awful. You wouldn't have given them to anybody you didn't like, even, you know. And I said to Dorothy, my friend, I said, "I wonder how much those are." And the assistant heard me. Now, it would normally have been an Austrian woman, and they're really awfully nice people. This was a German woman. And And she said, no, listen, this is true. She said, I said, how much are these? Thinking they couldn't charge for these, they're so horrible. And she went to the computer, went like this, you see. And she said, English money, £42. And I said, oh, thank you. So there's about 15 people in the shop. So as I'm going out of the shop, she said, what about these things you have bought? I said, no, do forgive me, I didn't buy them. I was asking how much they were. She said you wanted them, which I hadn't said. And she said, have you no money? And I said, yes. She said, these people will help you with money. I didn't know anybody in the shop. She said, these people will help you with money. Now I'm getting a little bit knocked because she really was embarrassing me. So as I'm going to make my way out of the shop, oh, a real mouthful I get from her. And she said, and finished off with a good line for a play, you see, because she said, what do I tell my boss when he asks me about these? Because she'd put them through the computer, you see. And I turned around and I said, well, how about telling him we won the war? and the people in the shop all started to applaud and
I must remember that one. When I'm at my next World Cup negotiation. Now, is it true that when you were 8 years old, you sneaked off to be in a talent contest?
Well, I wasn't 7 or 8, yes. The fellow with the piano was on the stage on the right of the proscenium, and there were 4 little steps went up. And I said, does he know ours is a nice house? He says, go and ask him. So I ran up the steps, and I can see him now, that pianist, took the fag out and put it on the edge of the piano, on the rosewood piano, you know. And I said, excuse me, do you know ours is a nice house? And he gave me the last 4 bars, you know, bung, bung. So I said, will you give me 4 bars in? Now, it would be a bit unusual for a kid that age to say that. He said, who the hell taught you about 4 bars in? And I said, well, will you? And he said, so he did. And I went round the flat, and he did the 4 bars in, and they came on. And they're all there, that we've been rehearsing. And there's me, ours is a nice house, ours is... And so I said, another chorus, please, and did a tap dance, because I had 4 cousins who were brilliant on the stage as wallopers, and they'd beginning to teach me, you see.
Well, I'll tell you, Dame Thor, I would have loved to have seen you singing Ours is a Nice House, Ours is, and tap dancing.
Do you know it, lads? You know, give us like 4 bars in.
Well, if you're game, I am.
Aye, yeah, let's have a go.
OK, then, what do we think?
That's my arthritis.
Oh.
My tin bone. Ours is a nice house, ours is.
What a lovely little house ours is.
There's a roof on the top of the pretty little shack.
The front's at the front and the back's at the back.
Ours is a nice house, ours is.
It's got no rats or mouses.
It's sweet, sweet, sweet.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. Ours is a nice house, ours is.
You'll see this at home. You'll see me doing all this. Rather nice little steps I used to do.
Fabulous.
Ours is a nice house, ours is.
It's got no rats or mouses.
It's sweet, sweet, sweet.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. Ours is a nice house, ours is.